best part of collaboration is all teachers have great ideas and different ideas. Sometimes those ideas are new and fresh and young and developing, and it's great when you have a fellow teacher who thinks in a similar way as you come in and either take your idea and add to it and help it grow and develop. Maybe think of things that you missed or elaborate on things that you thought were really cool and figure out a better way to do it. Or sometimes be the realist and say, well, maybe that's not going to work. What if we tried this? And sometimes having that other set of eyes to bounce things off can really improve the quality of a lesson and the instruction.
Yeah, I think as a teacher it helps you gain trust in your material, and having that second set of eyes and just making sure that you're double checking all of your bases, I think is really beneficial. Never-ending process that I think everybody needs to use and everybody should use, and is something that I use a lot in my teaching, and it will only continue because ultimately there's no perfect teacher. So I think it's something to train and get better at and use in different classes, different ways, and I think it's just a way to ultimately kind of adapt your teaching for students in every different year, because they're never the same.
Myriad ways, I would say.
Having somebody that has had different experiences and that has come from maybe a different upbringing than just within social studies allows their expertise to kind of shine through and to help kind of combine our expertise together to create like a transformer of product that's really good, and ultimately something that you might be weak at, they're strong at, and that interdisciplinary, not learning, but interdisciplinary teaching and collaborating together. Ultimately, we're trying to affect students in an ultimate goal of getting to the next level.
I would say also the challenge that it can be is a good thing too. Working with colleagues in your department, sometimes all ideas seem like great ideas, and I trust you and you trust me, and that sounds good, I know that you can do it, but having the outside resource, like Brad, you've mentioned, that outside set of eyes doesn't have the same, not tie to the material, but that eye to say, I don't really know what this is, can we make this stronger with a set of eyes that's not social studies or that's not U.S. history, that hasn't taught this, a bunch of different ways before, to come in and say, well, maybe this isn't right, and that can be really challenging, but that challenge is really good. I think you never can get better if your ideas aren't challenged and you're not encouraged to take the next step. Sometimes within your own classroom you can kind of fall back on last year's idea, or well, it didn't work great, but I don't know how to do it better, so maybe I'm not going to, or just borrowing from the same pool of ideas within your department. It can be good to have someone else come in and say, I'm going to be honest, I think we can make this a lot stronger. And like I said, that can be challenging, but that's the best part, and that's what gets you out of that pit. Puts you in the pit, but then helps you get out of the pit too. So, by setting up lessons and ideas and understandings and targets that are very well formed and put together with a coach and with colleagues, that I definitely believe have an influence on student learning, making it more clear what they are supposed to learn, how they're supposed to learn it, and what they're supposed to do with that knowledge. So I would say in that sense it gives kids a clearer target of where they need to be and a clearer target of what it looks like when they are there. And I think that definitely has a long-term benefit on student learning.
We're very upfront with the kids about what's essential, what we're trying to get out of this unit to start with, and I think it lays that foundation that the kids know, hey, this is what we're going to go through, this is what we expect, and ultimately when you're clear with kids, I think it gives them an understanding of what they're going to be doing, and they don't